For a long time now, I would have considered Danny Phantom a low-level fighter. Most of his on-screen feats are destroying buildings or wrecking cities. But with some new evidence, Danny has cemented himself, in my mind, amongst the strongest fictional characters. Goku, Bill Cipher, Ben 10, characters beyond universal. I will explain that and more as I tell you how powerful is Danny Phantom. Danny has all the standard ghost powers. He can walk through walls, disappear, and fly. He can become intangible and forcibly pass his intangibility onto other things or people. He can overshadow people, basically Nickelodeon's kid-friendly way of saying possession, and control their bodies. He can even possess other ghosts or force ghosts out of people. And even while overshadowing someone, Danny still has access to all of his powers. Danny can manipulate his ectoplasmic energy to form energy barriers, shoot ghost rays, and manipulate cold energy to form ice and snow, cold enough to be capable of freezing pure energy. He can even clone himself, having shown the ability to create 3 clones at a time. His most powerful ability by far is his ghostly wail, a powerful sonic attack that can one-shot powerful opponents, defeat his future self in 2 blows, and blow away his arch-enemy Vlad Plasmius. According to the future version of Ember McLean, Danny's future self used this move to rupture her vocal cords, which suggests its functions as a form of durability negation. With his abilities out of the way, let's go over his stats. First, let's talk Cosmology. While the human world in Danny Phantom functions the same as our own, the interesting part is the extra-dimensional plane of existence known as the Ghost Zone. The Ghost Zone is a realm constantly shifting in time, stated to be filled with infinite realms. These realms exist as separate spaces, but also timelines signified by these doors. These realms can be as small as a single room or big enough to contain celestial bodies like stars. Each door leads to a separate timeline as shown in the graphic novel A Glitch in Time. This makes the Ghost Zone a 4D realm. Now, with that out of the way, let's begin with strength. In the episode Reality Trip, the guys in white, you know it's a 2000s show when they reference the Men in Black, ask Freak Show about the Reality Gauntlet. They state that it's a device of incredible power capable of eradicating ghosts forever. Now, this feat would require destroying the Ghost Zone, given it contains an infinite number of ghosts spread across it. Destroying the Ghost Zone is a feat that they attempt in later episodes as well, so it remains consistent as their primary goal. This alone would make the Reality Gauntlet 4D, but alongside that we also see it warp reality on Earth and even alter celestial bodies in the sky. Now, the impressive part about this is that while the guys in white flatly state it's capable of total ghost eradication, they add on with a bit of uncertainty, perhaps even this one, showing a picture of Danny Phantom. Now, in case you need me to spell it out for you, the guys in white are more certain that this Reality Gauntlet can perform a 4D destruction feat than they are in its capability of taking down Danny Phantom. And you know what? Their uncertainty is not misplaced. At multiple points in this episode, Danny tanks hits from the Reality Gauntlet and survives being transmutated into orange juice. And at the end of the episode, he just casually destroys it. Just casually destroys a 4D artifact. And if you think that's impressive, that's just the beginning. In the recent graphic novel Danny Phantom: A Glitch in Time, Danny Phantom's evil future variant, Dark Danny, breaks free from the Fenton Thermos. Given that his timeline of origin has been erased due to the events of the episode The Ultimate Enemy, Dark Danny is now an acausal being, an effect without a cause, such that Clockwork, the master of all time, was unable to predict his actions. Dark Danny said that Clockwork was the only person capable of defeating him, and barely at that. Keep in mind that Clockwork is, and I hate to repeat myself, literally the master of all time and exists as a physical manifestation of the timeline. At the end of this very book, he merges several timelines while in a weakened state. This man's is no slouch. Dark Danny states relativity to Clockwork, to which Clockwork does not deny, even calling him a threat to the timeline. Dark Danny then overshadows Clockwork, fusing with him and taking control of his power over time. And right here is when shit hits the fan big time, because this fusion of Dark Danny and Clockwork simply existing causes the fabric of reality to unravel. He causes major damage to numerous timelines and threatens to cause reality to dissolve. We even see later when Danny tries to use the Infomap that the realms of the Ghost Zone are being affected too. An infinite number of spacetimes are being affected, huh? There's probably a term for that. In this graphic novel, which I won't spoil the main story of because I think it's worth spending the money on and reading for yourself, Danny gains a power-up that allows him to keep up with this infinite 4D Dark Danny, blocking attacks from him and damaging him back. So, infinite 4D Danny Phantom, huh? Really puts tweets like this into perspective, huh? Alright, now let's move on to speed, which will be thankfully slightly less convoluted. In the Season 3 episode, Claw of the Wild, Danny is shown dodging this ghost ray. Ghost rays have been consistently stated to be light and have shown the properties of light, and even at one point, Butch Hartman, the creator of Danny Phantom, did a reaction video to the death battle, Danny Phantom versus Jake Long, and even agreed with Death Battle's interpretation of the ghost rays being lasers, making him light speed. This specific feat is calculated to be about twice the speed of light, but Danny gets much faster. In the Season 2 episode, Rainstorm, the Ghost King Pariah Dark is stated to have destroyed all the ghost homes in the Ghost Zone in the single day since he was released, forcing all the ghosts to flee to Earth. As previously mentioned, the Ghost Zone contains infinite realms, with many of these realms containing stars and other celestial bodies inside. As well as the Ghost Zone itself being the mirror of the human realm, it makes sense for it to be considered the same size as the universe. Calculating based on Pariah Dark crossing a universe-sized distance in 24 hours makes the Ghost King over 33 trillion times faster than light. Now, Danny at the time of facing Pariah Dark doesn't equally scale to him in base. He is forced to use the Ectoskeleton, a suit that amplifies a person's strength and speed by 100 times. Danny, while at 10% power, was comparable to Pariah Dark. This makes Danny about 10 times slower than Pariah Dark without the suit, which puts Danny at around 3 trillion times faster than light. But again, would you believe me if I said he could get even faster? I would hope at this point you do. In the graphic novel Danny Phantom: A Glitch in Time, Danny and Vlad teamed up to defeat the fusion of Dark Danny and Clockwork, and as their final attack, the two of them slam into Dark Danny so fucking fast that they travel across multiple timelines and slam him through them. So, traveling through time via sheer speed then. I'm sure there's a term for that. It makes tweets like this really interesting, huh? All in all, Danny Phantom has reached peaks of power shonen protagonists only dream of, sitting nicely at infinite 4D power with MFTL to immeasurable speed. And just for funsies, here's a list of characters he can beat the shit out of. Oh, this one. We're gonna get to this one. I'd like to give a shout out to two YouTube channels that made this video possible. Without them, this entire video would be in 720p quality. Shadowmaster20 and higher quality uploads. I do want you guys to appreciate how difficult it is to find high quality footage of an early 2000s Nicktoon, and without these two YouTube channels, this video would be absolutely atrocious. Links to their YouTube channels will be in the description below. I highly encourage you to check them out. If you've enjoyed this video, please like and comment below characters you'd like me to discuss, and if you're new here, please subscribe. If you're coming from TikTok, also please subscribe. There's like 6,000 of you over there. Catch you later.